hey, just because that voice has been there that long, don't mean it belong to you.
Fact. Say that one more time. Say that.
You feel me?
Say that one more
just
time.
because that shit been there that long, bro, it doesn't belong to you.
How did your family handle emotions or mental health struggles, if at all? Like, how did that happen? Like, nervous, definitely, but more excitement than nervous. When did you realize that the silence around your mental health wasn't working? Bro, did you see Sinners though?
Yes, bro. Yes, I seen it twice.
Okay.
The first time, wait, we recorded?
I mean, we just talked, bro. It is recording.
Oh, okay.
It is recording. Yeah.
Nah, but the first time I seen it, I was fully awake. The second time, I ain't gonna lie, I did like a double header. So I saw the accountant too, and then I just walked into Sinners type shit. So I kind of fell asleep towards the vampire part.
Okay.
Because to be fair, and I said this the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Up until the vampire part, even though I knew it was coming, I was enjoying the fuck out that movie.
Yeah.
And part of me was like, damn, I kind of want to see this.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like like I get it, the symbolism.
Right. Yeah. The plot had the plot. But,
I get it. Like, cool. I don't have no qualms with it. I still think it's a solid movie. But I was like, damn, bro, I'm fucking with this so heavy.
Yeah.
And we don't have too many of those.
Yeah.
Set in that time frame. You feel what I'm saying? That's fictional, but still pulls on some type of
real.
Yeah, I mean, nonfiction shit. And you know what I'm saying? It was vibing. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I kind of wish.
I feel that.
I mean, that's why I seen somebody say they need like a quick little backstory on the twins. Shows their childhood real quick, and then shows them in Chicago working for Capone.
Yeah.
Raw like that. That's a movie, nigga.
Yeah,
like, I'm watching that. So, but overall, I think it was fire, bro. I think our representation was crazy.
Yeah.
I think, I can't remember Shorty name, but she was Smoke's girl.
Annie.
Annie, fire. Fire. That scene with them in the crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I think it was dope, bro. I think it had a lot of like
the symbols of symbolic. Right?
And it wasn't as like it wasn't necessarily so in your face, but I didn't feel like it was subtle either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he made it. I feel like he made it just good enough for the people who are deep to be like, damn, and just good and just simple or plain enough for like the everyday person. But okay, I get it
for sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean, it wasn't like
it's not no. It wasn't just
shit, nigga.
It wasn't a message every 2 seconds.
Right.
But it wasn't like you didn't have to be no fucking genius to see like. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah.
But I seen like a lot of like his little interviews and shit like that. So
yeah.
I guess it helped bring a lot of light to it. So I was watching stuff about the movie prior to even seeing the movie.
Facts.
So as much as I enjoyed that, it I already kind of went in like okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. The blues and shit. All right, cool. I know that's a staple in this. I know, vampires, leeches, bloodsuckers. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like they leeching off the culture, or they just. You know what I mean? So it was cool. Like I liked it, bro. I liked it. I think it's a fire movie. I think Michael B killed that shit.
Yeah, he did. And both roles, my nigga.
That nigga.
Smoke and Stackless.
That nigga killed that shit.
Yeah.
Sammy, fire. My guy with the harmonica, Delta Slim. I don't know his real
name is Delroy Lindo. I think he might be. Is he Jamaican? I know he's from the islands.
Caribbean. Okay, I can see that. But I seen him in the Five Bloods. I seen him a few shit. Yeah. Last thing I seen him in is the Five Bloods, and he killed that shit too. Yeah, he killed that, bro. It was just the whole shit was fire.
Top tier movie. Yeah.
If I gotta give any type of critique, is. And I don't even know if it's a critique because I had this conversation with somebody and they were heavily disappointed in the cohesiveness of the movie. And I kind of understood what they said. Cohesiveness. What they were saying in the sense where like, so it's pitched as a horror film.
Right.
I think it's a terrible horror film. Like if we're saying genre, like
I think it's not a horror film at all. It's more of a thriller type.
Yeah, if that thriller-ish, supernatural. You know what I mean, just because of it. But like I think once the vampires were introduced, for me things felt like chaotic in a sense.
Okay.
Which I think was intentional.
Right.
So that's why I say I don't know if it's even a critique because I think it was intentionally done that way.
Yeah, it was.
But it definitely was like messy. Like it was just kind of like the way everything was flowing up until that point was just like smooth.
Okay.
Like even the friction that they had, like it was still like a smooth, like the horn hitting. Her buddy said, hold up. Bomb. Cap 2 people, bomb. All right, walk in. They're like, even with the chaos, it was still very smooth. Then everything going crazy. And it's like, buddy, what happened? When she ran out the, like, just plot holes where it's like, all right, bitch, you a vampire, bro. You could have killed everybody in there. You were already there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see
you know
what you're saying.
Like, it was just little things were like, all right, we're going to let that slide because I know there's a reason why you did it. But why would you do that just to try to get back at, like, bitch, you was already inside. You got let in.
Yeah.
You could have went back in and killed everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
True. But I think that speaks more to the symbolism, though. Because I feel like in order to, yes, you could have killed everybody, but let's say she just went into the room and started killing like one person at a time. Like everybody would have been like, yo, what the fuck? And they would have probably scattered, fled. It would have been a little different. You feel me? It would have just been more chaotic and there would have been no movie, so to speak.
Okay. But they still did flee.
Who, you mean her and Stack?
Nah.
Who are you talking about? Be more specific.
Her. So when she killed Stack, my guy Smoke, no hesitation, love that.
Yeah.
Bang, bang,
Pop,
bang.
yeah.
She popped back up and say, we gonna kill
every
everyone.
last one, yeah.
And runs out goofy as hell. Like, shit look goofy too. That's another thing. I was like, cool, whatever, nitpicky. She runs out goofy as hell.
Yeah.
Bro, you could have killed Smoke. Like, you could have turned him right there.
Yeah. But also, fair.
You could have turned him right there.
I see what you say, yeah.
Shorty had to go get the shit to throw on you. Like, you could have killed him right there, took her fuck out, and that's your pieces right there for the most part. Like, everybody else that's scattering, they would have ran out and the same shit would have happened because y'all did that. When they said everybody had to leave, they all ran out and you turned every single one of them. Like, it's just little shit where I'm like, all right, I felt like I'm assuming he intentionally like took a back seat to that part and was like, nigga, I don't really care if this look a little shaky. I got a picture I'm trying to paint.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
So from a movie standpoint, because the person I was talking to was just strictly looking at it from like a film standpoint, because it's being pushed as such a incredible film.
Yeah.
Which I get, the way it was shot, scenes, music, beautiful. But I understood that part. Was like, yeah, you're right. Like I did kind of, like it did get a little around that part. And I think if you're looking at it for the genre, I can see somebody be like, nah, this is a terrible horror film.
Right. Yeah. That part I can get.
I don't even know I fucking call it a horror. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But shit, outside of that, the music, the messaging, the meaning, Sammy, how he's connecting to the ancestors, the future, that mashup. Chef's kiss, bro. Chef fucking kiss.
That shit was hard.
The relationships between Asians and, you know what I mean? Even the Irish immigrant struggle, how they relate to black people a little bit more. Like in his mind, he like, shit, nigga, we went through the shit too, girl. You feel me? Right. Like I love that. I love the comedy that's placed in it.
Yeah.
I think it's genre bending. I think if you try to give it one genre, it's not going to match up to other movies in that genre.
Facts.
But if you consider the alien that it is, nigga, it's one of them ones. You feel me? He muttered that shit. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. I like that, bro. Okay, man. So I guess let's get this episode started. I feel like I'm just waking up. Shit.
For real, dog.
Yeah, yo.
I ain't go hold you.
Anyway. What's good, family? Welcome back to Relationship Wise, or welcome to Relationship Wise. I'm here with my brother Daily.
Yes.
HTG.
Yes, sir. Always good to be back.
Man, this week, man, we talking about mental health. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, man. You feel me? And as always, before we actually get into our conversation, y'all, gotta ask my brother how he's been, what's going on, any updates, bro? How's life at the moment, my G? How's life at the moment?
for reasons that you feel me? Life is kind of, it's one of them ones when you really, you know what I mean? Not yet, but yeah, bro, it's beautiful. Life is beautiful. It's very revealing right now. I say that.
Okay.
I say that. I think a lot of things that I might have figured were not necessary to deal with or I already had handled is being shown to me right now. Like,
yeah.
For where you were prior to this, you was probably straight. But now that you have things coming, you got to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? You got to tighten up. So I say, I feel like I'm in one of them little moments or zones where like I haven't been here in a while. Like even if I've been working on myself throughout the years, even when struggles faces or whatever, it's very specific things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can still feel overwhelmed or whatever, but it's very specific things where, whereas this is like a true hard reflection of like
where you're standing is
in totality.
Yeah.
Not like compartmentalizing anymore. It's just, hey, everything. And I ain't felt that since like a little after high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It almost feels like an identity crisis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where my head is at, bro. What about you? You know what I mean? They call him daddy. Pops, what up, man?
Man, listen. I who did I tell this to the other day? I can't even remember. Or I think it was yesterday. I was talking to DJ and Shaq and them. I was telling them, yo, it doesn't even feel weird yet. But I think I actually gotta have, or she has to have our baby first. Yeah. That's one. Right. But I've been a teacher for so long, bro, and around children for so long. It's like, okay, cool. I understand it outside. Let's see what it's like actually in my own personal life and what that's gonna be like. You know,
it's different.
It's different. I mean, I've helped raise my little brothers.
Right.
Help raise my nieces and nephews up until a certain point. So now it's like, okay, you about to have one of your own.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I am not the best with newborns. You feel me? Like it's in like feeling like I'm holding their hair properly and shit. And I feel like they so fragile. And I'm like, yo, what the? I feel awkward with them, but at the same time, I can't wait. I'm over the fucking moon, kid.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nervous, definitely, but more excitement than nervous. Definitely. More
I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
I think, bro, just from my position, how I see you and how you operate. Yeah. You're probably one of the more prepared people for a role like this. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not on some like, you gonna have everything figured out. Right? Because that's...
I figure about shit out every day by day.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, just in the terms of like, how I see you manage your life or manage your surroundings. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, you definitely have a lot of intention in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of like awareness within yourself and others. Yeah. You know what I mean? Compassion. You know what I mean? A lot of like core values and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like...
Think about it, maybe cry, man.
You feel me, bro? But like, as a father, bro, especially to a young black man, bro, like... Yeah. I think that's going to be necessary tools that you already have. Yeah. Sharpen them. Yeah. Enhance them however you need to as time goes. And, you know, you're going to have to adjust based on how the baby is or whatever. But it's like, that shit ain't, I mean, a lot of people don't have that off the jump. Yeah. And they got to find it in the midst of it. So I think you be straight, bro. You know what I mean? You be straight. You and Tay going to be hilarious. I know that for a fact.
Especially her. She going to be funny. What? Yo, oh my gosh, bro.
That dynamic is going to be beautiful, bro. I'm happy for you, bro. Trust me.
Appreciate
both
it,
of y'all. Congrats again.
Appreciate it, man. Dog. That shit's exciting. It's crazy, but it's exciting, dog. So I can't wait to see how things going to flow. Yeah. How things going to go. Yeah, man. It's the next necessary step on the journey, dog. That's how I look at it. Yeah. It's the next necessary step. You know, you like, nigga, like, okay.
It almost feels inevitable.
Yeah, it almost does. It almost does, and it's like, okay, you know, timing had the timing is, I guess, about right. Yeah, okay.
All that fuck them kids shit. Yeah, fuck them kids. Chill out.
You feel me? Hell nah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have that feeling, you know, the people who say that shit for real know, like, they actually give a damn about the kids. That's why they can say it. You know what I mean? So that is what it is, man. So shoot, my mental health, I guess, around that subject alone is just like, all right, I'm excited. And I think I'm blessed enough, like low key, to just have the perspective I have at this point in time in my life, bro.
Yes, timing is everything.
I think what's the phrase? I understand it now. Like,
it now, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay. I needed to be, like you said, intentional, but also be in the space of, like, even when things seem chaotic, just kind of quiet the storm within yourself to help guide that shit. Because that's what raising children, that's what life is, but raising children in particular is like. And I think I'm in that place where I'm like, oh, okay, this shit ain't crazy, but let's work this shit now. Yeah, let's work this shit. It's gonna be all right. Let's figure it out. Let's push forward. So
I agree, dog. I agree. I think this is one of the moments where it's like you start to realize like a deeper connection with not just self, but like your community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this phase of our lives, bro, just getting into this age, you know what I'm saying? And like certain responsibilities falling upon you, you start to really realize, like, all right, bro, people around me is important.
Yes,
you know
extremely.
My mental health
is important.
My physical health is important. The way I react to being uncomfortable. Like it's just so many little details now that are now being like, okay, I can't just brush that off. As much as I would have wanted to, but I can't. Like I have to be a little bit more, a little bit better, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. That reminds me of a joke. What's his name said? Ali Sadiq. Yo, he was saying how, so basically the long story short of the joke is apparently they found the mom and dad. So the mom obviously is, I guess, is Ali Sadiq's ex or whatever. Right. Found her son looking at big butts, big butt video, porn videos, whatever, on her phone or whatever. And then when Ali found out, he was like, boy, you was wait, hold on. What kind of porn you was looking at? What kind of videos you looking at? He was like, girls. He's like, what was on it? He was like, Daddy, I like big butts. And then, but he was like, so internally, he was like, yes. But then, but on the surface, he was like, well, now you know you can't be looking at this stuff on your phone, like, you know. So it was hilarious, right? And then same. So now Ali's telling his brother, the kid's uncle, the story, or whatever. And you know, he telling him, he like, hey, why you looking at little butts on the phone? He's like, Uncle, it's because I like big butts. And then his uncle looked at him and said, shoot, I ain't gonna like he showed that expression, and it's like, it's so funny, like literally being intentional and knowing that you can't give too much gas to a child. You know what I mean? So that story, that I realized that shit. So it's hilarious. I know exactly what you mean.
And it's gonna be tough trying to find that balance, bro, for good and bad. Think about the questions that you're gonna have to start asking yourself, right? Like, even with little shit like, and we could save a lot of this for like a specific pod, because, you know, we gonna have to have that pod for sure. But like, even when I think of things that I think are uncomfortable from what I consider my norm, right? Whatever it is, just the possibilities of them either going through it, experiencing it, or just being exposed to it, or just having to explain it to them so they're prepared for it in whatever case. And I'm talking about anything. Right. Shit that I'm just, you feel me? Not used to having to navigate on a day-to-day, especially not with nobody I really, that I'm responsible for. Right. So just imagine them come like, nigga, hey, it's a journey, my boy. It's a journey, dog.
It is. It definitely is, bro. It definitely is.
It's going to test your mental for sure. For sure.
That's kind of crazy how that leads into the first question. But no, I mean, I guess, listen, connection, bro. That's how it works, right? So growing up, man, how did your family handle emotions or mental health struggles, if at all? Like, how did that happen? Like, Was it a push past it? Was it a let's address this? Was it, how? Talk to me a little bit.
If we're talking about mental health struggles, I don't think my family is aware of mental health in any like educational capacity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like or any like in therapy and all that shit. That wasn't that wasn't a part of it. As much as I know every single member of my family.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Mama, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Grandma, aunties, cousins, sister, me, stepdad, stepmama, like they all needed some form of therapy and some form of healing. But that shit was non-existent, bro. We Jamaican, kid.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
That.
Like a lot of taboo terms in the mental health like gets thrown around on a casual basis.
Facts. Hell yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're mad, you're crazy, and you know what I mean? Like you're sick in your head, and like, but we don't ever take it for more than that.
Right.
So yeah, that shit was non-existent. Emotionally, I could say emotionally, they probably tried. I mean, my pops had a lot. My pops was more the conversation person.
Yeah, same.
I mean, but my mom was very. My mom is more the. she'd have beat and cry. So you know what I mean? So it's still shaky even to that extent because it's not so much how you feeling.
Yeah.
It's not so much, hey, it's okay to feel that way. You know what I mean? It was a lot more watch your mouth.
Right.
A lot more you can't do that. Hey, stop feeling like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely
so it was never an open door in a sense. And I'm sure in their mind they probably thought it was, but
yeah, bro. Dog, that's facts. I feel the same, bro. I feel like mental health wise, they for damn sure ain't had a language.
Oh, hell no.
They didn't know.
Fuck no.
A is they didn't know A, let alone Z. You know what I mean? Like they didn't,
at all.
And I remember some emotional things. Funny enough, a couple weeks ago was my grandma's birthday. Shout out grandma, what's up? So I went to celebrate, and I remember, some of the lessons she would teach me as a kid, like this is a simple example of being polite. Like I remember when I was like 7, 8, I used to like pointing, and she told me this. She was like, "Look, Terrell, if you keep pointing, your finger gonna fall off." And I believe this shit, type shit, right?
So you said.
But that also reminded me of like the other lessons, like of being emotional that she taught me. Like I remember one time I was on the way to the crib, whatever. It was me, my mom, my grandma, my brother in the car, and I asked my mom literally as we turned on the block. I was like, "Mom, can I please play outside?" And I think I either got in trouble or something. And she was like, no. And I immediately started crying, but I was crying as a finesse to be able to, like, for her to say yes. Yeah. And then she said, "Oh, you crying? Oh, you for sure not going outside." Yeah. Now I'm like, no, that's the opposite of what I wanted to happen.
What I was trying to do, yeah.
And then my grandma, older brother pulled me to the side. He was like, "Look, Terrell, bro, like, you can't do that. Like, that, whenever you cry, it's like you saying you hate her and you can't do that. Right, you got to let her know, like, you willing to listen to whatever she say so you can do what you want." And I was like, oh, nigga. So my shit came in like little tidbits like that. You feel me? So that helped me understand some of my emotional, I guess, concepts. So I'm like, okay, if I finesse this way, maybe I can kind of get a little bit more I want. Right. And it was always that. It was never nothing deep. It was never like, oh, nigga, just do right so you can get what you want because that's the right thing to do.
Or allow yourself to feel that, but don't, you know what I mean? Regulate your emotions.
Right. It was always like, oh, how do I manipulate this shit to get what I want type of shit, as opposed to like,
there was no regulation. It was always respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, tuck your feelings and respect me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like the game that I got was always, well, you got to respect your parents.
Yeah, facts.
It was always... I don't know if my mama is gonna watch none of this shit, but she be peeping. But my pops would always tell me, your mother still. Like, as if like, nigga, yeah, okay.
Right.
But that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
Right.
But it was always that. It was always, you know how she is. You know how that go.
Yeah.
That, as if like me knowing is supposed to just make everything
okay. And it's like, nigga, you have an adult understanding. I am a child.
Like, fix it. Like, maybe work on it. Right. Somebody holler at her, please. Cause I can't talk to her.
Right, facts.
So a lot of my issues was tucking it. I always had to just tuck my feelings, tuck this, and what would happen is, and now that I'm older, I can see that. I see that even to my day-to-day. Like, I have like hard time regulating how I feel. If I'm not very conscious of it.
Got you.
I got to be very like on point, because if not, I'll just snap.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, give me an example though, fam. Because like I'm trying to think back to my childhood and make a connection. But give me an example. If you,
All right, so I'll give you an example of my childhood. Right. So I was never allowed to express any type of feeling of discomfort. So anytime I did, I was the angry kid. I'm always upset. I'm always rude. I'm disrespectful. Yeah. And all that does in a moment of feeling frustrated is continuously build and build and build. I remember me and my stepdad got in a fight because I finally just snapped. I remember I cussed my mom out because I finally just snapped. And then it started being a trend. I'd be at work, somebody disrespect me, now I just snap. I don't even tuck it no more. Because the only thing I know in terms of expressing is, oh, just go off. That's where you're gonna end up anyway. Right. This is the end goal. Like, we just gonna snap, so fuck it. Turn up. Even at school, like always taking shit too far. Because it's like I never had practices of like regulating how you feeling.
Got you.
And I always compared it to even simple shit. Like if we ranking and shit, like I'm always a nigga that's gonna say the worst shit. Cause I don't know how to just take time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh nigga, y'all are just playing. No, in my mind it's like, oh nah, fuck that. I gotta get you before you get me.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It's like
you don't realize how it's affecting you in so many different aspects of your life. You feel me? I could talk about my relationships. Like if I don't like what you're saying, I'm just gonna snap. Yeah. You feel me? And if I feel like I'm a snap, now I'm getting to the point of, damn, I don't like how I look in those moments. So now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut off.
So it's literally either 100 or 0. There's no in between.
No middle. So now it's like, okay, you hate snapping on people. It don't look good. You a tall ass black man
with locks.
With locks. Shit, even before that, just being a tall ass black, or just being a black man, period. They automatically assume you're the aggressor. So it's like, all right, fuck it, no emotions. So I went through a period of time where it's like, nigga, it didn't matter what was going. Like, all right, fuck y'all. Like, if it go like that, it go like that, and then be done. So
the nonchalant vibe, the shit that women swear they hate, but at the same time, y'all,
because we all wounded, bro.
You know, it's funny, fam. I think, I mean, with all due respect to our moms, and I think women in general, I feel like, well, I'm gonna just say it. White society, Western society, our society has made women feel like they have the ability to take up all of the emotional space and there's none left for men. Yeah. You feel me? And because of that, men are like, all right, well, when I'm really sad, I gotta show anger. And that shit, and you turn up, you become the Hulk, and it's like, well, why don't you know how to control yourself? And it's why can't you control yourself? And it's like, bro, like I'm not allowed to have human fucking emotion. You know what I mean? Like, so it's shit like that happens.
As much as I want to practice like stoicism in this day and age in my life and shit, like being stoic is like a thing for me. Like I want to do that. Yeah, I'm not willing to let it sacrifice still feeling shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I can probably control how I react to things. Yeah. Like that's the goal, right? But like, nigga, I gotta feel what I'm feeling, bro.
Yeah, bro. And to that point, you know, it's crazy, bro. I one of the biggest things that I hate right now in social media, fam, is the fact that people say you control your emotions. That's fucking impossible. Bro, yeah, nigga. You can control how you respond to them. Right. You can't control them shits.
Yeah, nigga. If it pop up, it pop up, bro.
Yeah, you feel me? And you're supposed to feel that shit. And really and truly, all emotions are signals to something. Either a part of you that's deficient, a part of you that doesn't feel respected, a boundary crossed, whatever it is. Whatever the fuck it is, it is.
And insecure, like anything. It's
insecurity, whatever.
It's pretty much just a buzzer, like, hey, check that. Like, pay attention. Something's happening here.
I mean, that's the flat tire light, or hey, that's the check engine light. That's oil pan drip. It's something telling you, like, yo, you need to look into this, see what's up. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, for a fact, bro.
Yeah, we got zero practice.
Zero, bro.
Shit, negative actually.
You feel me? Yeah. And then when we become an adult, then we go to that nonchalant phase. I remember going through it too. You feel me? Like feeling like you couldn't really properly express yourself or whatever. So I feel that, bro. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Dang.
Shout out to our people, though. I mean, y'all did what y'all could. We alive.
Yeah, well, listen, we alive, and we fixing the problem.
Yeah,
you feel me?
On it. You feel me?
And that's all we could really do. I ain't, I heard somebody say recently on, I think it was TikTok. They were like, I feel like parents get too much of a bad rap. Like, we operate like they had all the tools we did. And I'm like, facts. They didn't know. They were operating with the scraps they was fucking given,
and
bro.
what they
like,
have.
Just so, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, cool.
That shit, you could probably relate to it even more so now, because it's like, you think about certain shit, and I talk to my pops. I'm like, damn, pops, like, you had me when you was 26. Nigga, I'm 32. You feel me? I mean, like, legit right now, like, in my mind, it's like, oh, shit. I ain't really prepared for this.
Right.
The way I thought I was.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, all right, I got to cut y'all some slack. I got to cut y'all some slack, because it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You know what I mean? So, hey, man. Shout out to y'all. I know y'all tried y'all best, but y'all do what y'all could.
Yeah.
26 or 28? I think 28. Yeah.
No, I mean, and I think it was the same thing for my older brother. My dad, funny enough, had me at 30.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? But
he had my older, where we at.
Yeah. But I think he had my older brother like when he was 28, because me and my older brother are like a year and a half apart. So same shit.
But like, and shit, we could attest to it now. Like I'm 32, right? So it's like 32 sound big in age, but it's like, nigga, shit,
you just now reaching. Like, what is it?
I feel like I'm getting to adulthood now.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that shit before was just people assuming, oh, you grown.
Yeah.
And me assuming I'm grown.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I have a theory. This is me personally. I don't believe most people are grown. One, until obviously you can take care of yourself, and you can have enough of your mental health, your physical health, and your financial health all in check. Right. So whatever age that is that's to me is what I call a person grown. Right. Because we know as niggas are way older than us that are not grown. They're adults
for a fact,
but they not grown
for a fact.
You know what I mean? Like that grown title is
they get thrown around a lot.
Yeah, niggas are adults. You know what I mean? Niggas are hey listen, it's a whole bunch of 40-year-olds who act like 10-year-olds. But you know what I mean? And they not grown, they adults. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
and barely that. Shit. And barely that.
You feel me? But niggas moody teenagers and 40-year-old bodies, 50-year-old bodies, bro. That shit crazy. But listen, man.
Nigga. Tweaking. Just out here doing some I'll be like, damn, bro, I'm 32 and I feel like I got so much catching up to do, bro. But I mean,
nah, bro. And you know what's funny? That's probably somewhat of a good thing. Because it's better to actually feel like you have more to do than to feel like you got it all figured out. When the moment you feel like you got it all figured out, that's when shit like to go haywire on you. So, yeah.
Shit, I get that. I feel that. But I not even a but. I agree with that. What I am realizing, though, is the feeling like you always have more to do is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it's like leaving your car running when you're not using it. It's like, nigga, just turn it off.
Facts.
Like, when you got to go somewhere, get back in, turn it back on. But like, for me, it's like my car is always running, bro.
That's what it does feel like that right now.
And it's like, nigga, you know, it's not good. Like, you got to kind of like shut that shit off. Like, at some point, things can be complete, or they can be done for the time being.
Right. Yeah. Yo, they can be done. Like,
you could say, okay, I'm good right now. Like,
Facts.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Facts. And listen, that's why we talk about this. Because personally, man, bro, I'm going through that right now where I feel like I'm forcing myself to kind of wake up early, and I know it's because of little stresses that I feel like, oh, I didn't complete this. I ain't there's a checklist. There's a mental checklist that seems endless.
Yes, bro.
That feels like I'm not checking off enough of these damn boxes. And then I had to say to myself, like, bro, like any point that I find myself not living in my being and living in the future, I know I'm off. You know
Something's
what I mean?
going.
You know what I mean? Now, it's good to have goals, you have them, but understand that like there's a time and place to just be present. And making sure I am present is the thing where I'm like, okay, let's focus on just being present.
And I think even more so now with what's happening, you got to be present a lot more. All that thinking 20, 30 on a mass level, we got to kill that shit. You very specific things, like you said, goals. Like, okay, goals, this thing 10 years from now, this thing 5 years from now, this thing a year from now. But overall, what's going on this minute?
Time is running. So I want to make sure Yeah, and I'm trying to create the routines now, bro. But
shit, man, you and me both, bro. that shit tough, nigga. Like even just getting myself together, on the way here, like I was like, oh God,
yeah.
Like damn, nigga,
you live like
nigga,
2 minutes away,
2 minutes, bro,
2 minutes of a drive.
But it's like just in my mind, I'm like, fuck, bro.
The mental, I
just worked the whole week. Just got off this morning. I mean, wifey at her mom's crib. First night I got like dolo for a minute. Shit, but I still got to do this. Damn, I told Terrell this. Oh, fuck, I work tomorrow. Damn, Tuesday's this. Okay, damn, Wednesday's like, and then I felt myself bro.
You start to spiral.
Nigga. And like, I was like, all right, nigga.
Right.
Chill out. Go take a shower. Start there. Like, that's how I'm getting myself. Go take a shower. Hey, you in here? Wash your face. You know what I'm saying? Wash your bed. Like, do little things where you can be like, okay, I did that. All right, cool. You did. All right, cool. Go get your clothes, nigga. Hey, grab some water, my boy. Hey, brush your teeth, my boy. Like, give yourself little small wins and like get yourself in a like. And then I was like, once I was done, I was like, okay, I feel better. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right, I feel better, bro. And before, I'd be in bed just spiraling. Nigga just like, oh fuck.
Trust shit. Trust me. And funny enough, my students, bro, this week are going to take they fast. They test. They're forming FCAT.
Oh, because I was like, the fuck, these niggas fast.
They form no. They form an FCAT or FSA or whatever.
Oh shit. You know what it is now. That's what's up.
So that's been in the back of my mind, and I'm like, yo, I have to make sure I plan for this, and I gotta make sure I make the time in my schedule to make sure they do the things, the boot camp thing that we have planned, and put them in groups. And I'm like, bro, like, you know what you're doing enough to know, okay, hold up. We could get this done I get this done literally, I get to work probably like 30, 40 minutes early. Just plan that shit out. Make sure you know, okay, which tour you're going to do. Boom, boom. Line it up. We good. You know what I mean? So don't overstress it. You know what I mean? So we good.
Yeah, bro, that mental health, bro. I got to take care of that shit.
I got to. Take care of that shit. I think you kind of answered this question, but I'm going to still ask you. So, I guess in that phase of when you became nonchalant, so to speak.
Yeah.
When did you realize that the silence around your mental health wasn't serving you, wasn't working?
Damn, when did I realize it? I think to be fair, so I can't say that it's always been there. As much as I was aware, I really thought shutting off everything was the move at one point.
Same. You know I was gonna say something similar. Yeah,
I thought I had it figured out. I was like, oh, nigga, just turn that bitch off.
Right.
I think it happened when. I say this. I can't tell you the exact time, but I would always be reminded.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Okay,
I'll always be reminded periodically that when relationships would fail with like intimate partners, and I would have like probably like falling out with friends or being checked by a friend, like damn nigga, you don't say nothing to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
and just the distance between me and my family just started growing. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting, yeah.
Until like I looked up one day and I'm like, nigga, I'm really cool. Like I don't talk to none of y'all niggas. You feel me? Yeah. And it's not till now because I don't want to pass this down to nobody that I'm like, I gotta reach back out. Like I gotta put my best foot forward because I can't keep holding them accountable for the trauma of shit that happened when I was a kid.
Yeah.
At some point, that's my responsibility.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. That's fair.
So yeah, I'll say that. Periodically, it would just be that. And probably mid-20s, later 20s is when it was like, okay, all right, I don't need a reminder anymore. Like, I know for a fact this ain't cool. So yeah.
Yeah. I would say similar. Around like 27, 28. I think I ain't gonna hold you. I still think that I'm really learning it now. Cause I feel like a good part of my adult life, bro, I've been teaching myself to either hold it in or just go through it by myself. And I felt like that was the way in the wave. That was the only way you should do it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't.
I'm a man.
That's one. And two, I feel like nobody can solve this problem for me but me type shit. However,
and you're right.
However, right, but there's a comma there.
Yeah,
there's a you feel me. There's an and/but there, right? Like there's also wisdom in seeking counsel. There's also wisdom in like asking and like, hey yo, bro, I need a person to kind of bounce this idea off with. You know what I mean? Or
I just need help.
Just vent. Yeah, just help. You know, help venting, everything. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes when you're going through this shit alone, you almost feel like you're the only person going through it. Or who's ever been through it, and it's like, let you have to have the ability to let people in. You feel me? And I think that's something I'm still really and truly learning. Like,
and that's the easiest way to alienate yourself. Like you just saying that for sure. Like we have this main character syndrome, or like just where we just feel like, yo, nigga, ain't nobody ever felt like this before. And I remember having that feeling heavier when I was a kid, and I found comfort in. Not to say in other people's pain, but knowing that other people shared either the same or similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would get that from like either whether it be close friends, just seeing shit from afar. But that should always make me feel a little bit less less like it's personal. Right, it's way less personal. Right. It's like, okay, this is a condition that a lot of us are dealing with.
Facts, big facts. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said this on the pod before, but I remember something similar like that happened to me where like I used to be pissed when I first started driving. I don't know why. I got my license at 21. Yeah. Anyway, so when I first started driving, I used to feel like everybody would deliberately cut me off. And I used to take that shit so personal until one day I was in the whip with my homeboy. Then a motherfucker cut him off. He's like, bro, why does shit always happen to me? And I'm like, nigga. I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, it's not a you thing, bro. Yeah. It's not a you like, you know, so it's.
It was always Twitter for me.
Okay.
It was always Twitter like, hey, I'm the only one that ever da-da-da-da. And then it would just be a comedian niggas like, nah, man, my mom used to do that same shit too. And it'd be like, oh, we all fucked up. We all fucked up.
Oh, you got beef for not taking the chicken out too? Say less. Yeah.
Oh, you would rush and grab that because your parents. Well, I say my parents, right? And I think a lot of parents do this.
Facts. I'm pretty sure.
It's like they make it seem as if you are gonna ruin the fucking world if you take this behavior out there. You fucking heathen. You piece of shit.
Right.
How could you not listen to me?
Yeah.
You terrible child.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh damn, I'm fucked up. Like I'm gonna go out here and ruin it for everybody. Like, nigga, nobody else has ever done this shit before. But you, nigga. And then you're like, damn, cuz. So you see like the shared shit, you like, okay.
Because, yo.
First of all, mama, I know your ass never took no goddamn, you feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, you realize like, okay, a lot of this shit might have just been them projecting.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You feel me? Because I'm even thinking I think about it from my mindset, right?
Yeah.
The shit that you're going to want to teach your child. I know there's a wide variety of things.
Right.
And it's never ending. But at least for me, in my mind, there's certain bullet points where I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I touch on these things first.
Right.
And a lot of that has to do with my experience.
Facts. Yeah,
so it's making me realize now, like, oh, you probably was just tweaking because you was on some bullshit. And my mama say, nah, she like so much shit that used to happen. Like, I'm like, damn, this little nigga remind me of me.
Facts.
And I'm like,
yeah, my mom said the same thing.
You feel me? Like, she was.
It's a projection, man.
I was at the crib with Shorty and we was talking. So she, she got to share all types of stories and shit. So she telling the story about how she had took my phone one time, but I had a homeboy that had an extra phone. So all I did was take the SIM card out and I let her take the phone. So I still had my little shit. And and she said when she found out, she like, this clever little bastard, like this nigga me. So a lot of her anger would be like,
it's a reflection of herself and you. Yeah.
And she ain't dealt with nothing.
Yeah.
So here is this reincarnation of all your bullshit that you ain't deal with yourself. Now you like, oh, fuck.
Oh, children are your biggest reflection, your biggest mirror, dog.
So that also gave me a chance to kind of just forgive a little bit. Give y'all some grace.
Right.
But yeah, nah.
I feel that. Because for them, bro, you are literally and psychologically their biggest reflection.
That's them.
So like, even like my mom always said it. She was like, I asked her, why are you so hard? Why were you so hard on us? But on your grandkids, you just chilling. She was like, because they not my responsibility. Y'all was. You know what I mean? Like yes, I'm responsible for being a grandma and spoiling them and giving back to you.
But
cool.
nigga,
that's your job. Right? You know, like
you do that. You think you got to figure it out? I was fucked up. Okay.
Right. Okay. You know, so it's funny because it's like she was trying to make sure that the version of men she was putting out to the world was decent human beings because she didn't want us to seem like the people, the parts of herself that she didn't like in the parts of society she didn't want to see.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? So I get that. I'm like, oh, okay, fair. But it's also like, damn. Like,
if they had just took that extra step, like if y'all just did a little bit more, I mean, just maybe like reflect.
You feel me? Yeah.
I mean, self work, shadow, just a little bit. I ain't say you got to go deep in the shadows, but just step y'all could have like, but hey, cool. Y'all did what y'all did, bro. It's cool. Man. It's cool.
Man. I feel that.
But yeah, nigga.
Oh, man. So the next question is about tools, man. So what tools?
My fault.
No, go ahead.
Us doing this right before Mother's Day is crazy work.
We got a week, bro. We all right.
Hey, drop the shit on Mother's Day. Here's your gift, mama. Hey, nigga, tighten up.
Nah, I mean, shoot. Listen, that and we can talk about what some of the shit my pops did too. That was crazy.
That was Father's Day right there too. It's right there too. So, yeah, what you talking about?
Yo, that shit's crazy.
What you saying? My fault.
No, you got me. Oh, man. So tools. What tools or approaches helped you start to break the generational silence?
Tools.
I mean, we kind of we touched on it, but yeah.
I think community, I'll say, is one thing. Like our generation, because of the social media era, like we got to interact and live vicariously through so many other people's experiences. Yeah. And I think we found comfort in knowing, I mean, granted now it's a lot of bullshit, but back then it was bullshit too, but it was a little bit more authentic to a sense, I'll say. Like, so we got to share a lot of shit like real time. Yeah. That I don't think we know they never had. You know what I mean? So that was a big tool for me, being able to go to a place where without consequence, I could just vent. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't really being judged at that time. Like Twitter was wild, wild west, bro. Facts. You could just get some shit off.
Yeah.
Even if you ain't mean it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could just get some shit off. You could bitch. You get some shit off and kind of just go through it. Let me make sure I turn this goddamn alarm off because I know the second one coming. I know the second one coming.
We got time, right? You got it.
Yeah, that I'd say the internet again, being able to look up certain things, the information that we get on different
true.
Shit, trauma. I didn't know what trauma was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never heard of trauma before. Like in full detail. Like we ain't know, that's trauma from whatever, nigga. That wasn't a verbiage we used.
Yeah.
As a kid, bro.
We ain't had a language.
We ain't had none of that shit. So figuring what that meant, figuring about generational trauma, figuring out like emotional intelligence, like just getting all that information.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say that's one of the biggest things that I think we were blessed to have is the normalization of therapy.
Yeah. Big time,
like,
bro.
Back in the day, therapy was for nuts, nigga. Like you had to be, you were a psycho.
You had to be on pills.
Yeah, like
almost about to go into
the stigma behind therapy back then was like
ridiculous.
Oh shit, you got to go to therapy, cuz like nowadays, like that's a thing.
Yeah, like it's almost I hate to say it's done a complete 180, but it's close to it.
Pretty much.
I feel like.
And I think like back in the day, if I say, hey nigga, you need therapy, that's we fighting.
Yeah.
Now I feel like if I say, hey bro, you probably need therapy, it's more like a
hey bro, go get that checked out type thing.
I care about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's almost like go to the doctor, my G, because you get that shit checked out type shit. Yeah.
Yes, bro. So the reaction behind that is different. So I think those are some tools for sure.
Yeah, for a fact. for a fact. You know what's funny? I told a person, I don't want to say who, but I told a person like, you know, maybe a year or so ago when I was in therapy, and they're probably in their mid-50s or so. I told them, I was like, yeah, you know, I went to therapy, da-da-da-da. And this person looked at me like, she was like, huh? It's like, yeah, I went to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like she gave me that look of like, what are you not telling me? Like what like nigga, like you got psychosis, nigga? Are you about to go crazy, nigga? Are you what's really what's
you got something you want to say?
Right. Like you got some demons you face?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I just want like make sure I'm actually good. Like
and shit, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's really why I went. You feel me? And I'm like, you know,
like, yeah, I got demons, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Like, I go just time to start pulling that card off people.
You
like,
feel
yo,
me?
like, yeah, you know.
I got some shit I'm going through. Like, yeah. Like, I think
I ain't gonna hold you. That person low key needs therapy.
A lot. Bro, all right, I'll say this.
No. Dire need of therapy.
Nigga, most of these numbers. Like, it's not even close, bro. Like, I just think about how we walk around thinking all this shit is normal when, like, it's not, bro. The way people react to things, the way people don't react to things, the way people are so numb to shit. It's like, bro, that's not a power, bro.
Yeah, that's not. That's
I still struggle with being vulnerable. Don't get me wrong. I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
I do it more frequently in open public spaces. But when I get home and I have that little quicker reflection, it's still that second guessing of, damn, was that too much? Like, damn, you being your authentic self. Like, what if they think this of you? Like, that voice is still there, and that's not my voice.
That's an intrusive thought.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's everybody else. That's what I've been taught. That's what we've been told. That's how we grew up. Is, That's not me, and I have to keep reminding myself, hey, just because that voice has been there that long, don't mean it belong to you.
In fact, say that one more time. Say that.
You feel me?
Say that one more
just
time.
because that shit been there that long, bro, it doesn't belong to you. That was put there.
Right.
And you just assumed, oh, it's a part of me.
Right.
No, nigga, you let it stay there.
Right.
You feel me? And like that constant need to remind myself sometimes can feel overwhelming, but like, nigga, no, you need to do that. And if sometimes you got to go talk to somebody to get that reminder, bro, go get that.
Yeah.
That's the demons I be talking about. Now, some niggas do got demons.
Yeah. There's levels.
But that's the demons I be speaking about just on a general level. I think we all have that demon.
Of course.
That thing, that pest.
Yeah, that comes up out of nowhere and you like, damn, I don't feel like having to hear this right now, but it's like that bro, internal battle type shit.
That ain't you. Yeah, like that ain't you. Find your real voice inside, bro. Like find the true version of you inside. Yeah. And let that nigga fight your battles. Stop letting the other motherfucker pop up. Because who is this nigga?
Yeah, man. It's spirituality. That's why they tell you to get in your stillness, bro. Because sometimes I was listening to a spiritual teacher. Shout out to Michael B. Beckwith. I don't think he'll ever see this, but if he does, you know what I mean. Michael B. Beckwith.
Okay, I was like,
dude, he was a dude. He was one of the. He was probably the black dude in The Secret. At the time he had dreads.
Okay, for sure.
So he was like saying that when you meditate, he was like, a lot of people tell you that when you're meditating, you're supposed to just focus on one thing. He said, don't do that. That's foolishness. He said, the first thing that's going to happen when you start is you're going to hear a voice. That's not yours. Right? Don't pay attention because he's right. It is like almost the ego. It's like all the little worries of what you got going on is going to happen. He said, but just stay there, let the voice pass. But you got to stay in that state long enough for the voice to pass. Once you do, you're going to start to feel and see the real you come out. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people are not living enough in their stillness to be able to hear that voice.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? And that's I think because we all on go mode, or we all got our own, our life is happening, bro.
Yeah, our representative is taking charge.
Taking charge, and you feel like you are the representative. It's like, nah, bro, get back to who you actually are. So yeah, that's facts.
Shit. One thing I remember us doing, bro, and I think again, just the knowledge of tools and shit that we using, or whatever. Like, I get back to community because I'll say this: you and Jen were like part of that community for me.
Yeah,
and I think that's why me and you
Same.
started like linking. So like you started realizing like, oh, you think like that too,
right,
for sure. Because I
right.
remember, I don't know if it was our first vent show, but it was one of the early vent shows. Nigga, we pulled up to a park.
Yeah, we meditated.
Day of, and we just sat on the bench, bro, and like just meditated.
Yeah.
And like I remember that being like a thing for me in my mind. Like, okay, all right, like
it sets a tone, bro.
Because that night, I remember the show being a vibe, and I'm a nigga that suffer from like real like stage fright. Which most people that know me now is like, yeah okay, nigga, shut up. But like, I'm talking about genuine state, bro. Like that shit is, it's scary for me.
I feel you. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if I have genuine stage fright, but even now when I'm teaching students, there's a little bit of a nerve that comes. I'm like, bro, you know the information, but what the fuck?
You do this.
Yeah.
But it's still there. And it's like, I got to remind myself, that ain't you.
Right.
That was put there, bro. Like when people look at you and say, hey, nah, you seem like a natural da-da-da-da. That's because a lot of the times it's harder for us to see the true us.
Yeah.
And it's easier for somebody else to pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the bias that's pulling them back every single time when they're looking at you.
Facts.
They just seeing you for what you are.
Right.
So yeah, nigga, like them tools be helping, bro. Community for sure. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned community.